Hello everybody, welcome back to Basement Horrors. And Horror Hound is coming up in less than a week here in Cincinnati. I am so excited for it. It's at the Sharonville Convention Center. This is the September one of it. We already had one back in the spring, and so now the fall one is coming around. Now, if you don't know what Horror Hound is, it is the premier convention for horror here in Cincinnati, and I believe in Ohio. Every year they have one or two cons in Ohio at the Sharonville Convention Center, and always have a ton of really great guests. Tons of celebrities, tons of photo ops, really awesome vendors. I get stuff there all the time, and it's one of our favorite places to go every single year. We look forward to it so much. Now, the convention takes place next week, September 9th through 11th, and they always have it on weekends. You can get either weekend passes or day passes. I believe all of them are still available except for like the VIP packages, like the very, very big packages, and I believe there's still some photo ops that are available to purchase. If you go over to their website, you can check out all of the information, but we'll get to that after the video is done. Now, today I'm talking about who I'm looking forward most to seeing this year and why. Like I said, there are a ton of people coming this year, and just being able to balance out who I get to see, the lines are going to be so long to see some of these people that, you know, waiting is not always the greatest thing in the entire world, but it makes it worth it when you get to meet and have something signed by somebody from a horror movie or a horror TV show that you absolutely love. It just makes the feeling so real getting to meet somebody like that. Not always do you get to meet celebrities or quote-unquote celebrities like we call them, but, you know, these people are such a big part of our lives as horror fans, and just getting to step in front of them and meet them and probably have a little conversation with them just means the world to us. So the Spring Horror Hound in 2022, we got to meet Tom Savini, which I had him sign this nice Jason picture for me of him doing makeup on the original Jason Voorhees. And we also met Ted Raimi, who obviously I had to have him sign an Evil Dead 2 one, which it says, "To Jake, I'll swallow your soul." Which is pretty cool, signed by Ted Raimi right there. So that just shows you some of the things that you can do here at Horror Hound. You know, you can meet some of your favorite actors and have them sign stuff that you can keep forever, or you can sell if you really want to, but I don't like selling those things. Now, before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and also head to the description below. We have a new Teespring with some awesome t-shirts on there, some really cool full-size posters on there for sale. Really, really awesome stuff. I'll have some new shirts for you guys to see very soon in the video. I will be wearing them and showing you, so you guys can go to the Teespring and buy that, as well as our Etsy. It's linked below as well. We have 8.5 by 11 prints on there. Still, we have sold a ton of them. We still got some left. Please head over there and pick them up. We have a few right here for you guys to check out. We have this Your Next one, which is a really cool Your Next poster. I really like that design a lot. And then we have a Suspiria movie poster right here. Just the exact movie poster from Suspiria, the new version of it. And that's just two of many that we have up on our Etsy right now. You can go grab these and they'll be shipped directly to you. Now, if you don't know how Horror Hound works, they do get groups of people together. So they will get certain franchises and then pick out about 4 or 5 of those people to come to Horror Hound. So it's not like we have a bunch of random people coming that are just from random horror movies. They do tend to select franchises and focus on those. So this year they really have like Hocus Pocus, The Thing, Walking Dead, which is usually what they have. They do have like 31 this year, and a few other ones that I'm not going to mention yet because that's going to give away who I'm most excited to see. So let's get started. The very first person I am so excited to see is Millie Shapiro. Now, if you don't know who Millie Shapiro is, she is the little girl from Hereditary, the one that goes like that, and then we all know what happens with the pole. Yes, her. I am looking forward to seeing her so much. I don't know what I'm going to get signed yet. I might get something signed. I might just get a picture with her. I did want to do a Hereditary cosplay this year for one of the days, so if I decide to do that, it would be really cool to get a picture with her, because the last time I did a Hereditary cosplay was for Halloween. It was either last year or a year before that. I believe it was last year, and I was carrying around the head. I did have the crown on with the bandages on my face. I think it'd be really cool just to get a picture with her in my full get-up, holding the head. that represents her character in the movie Hereditary. Next up is Keith David. Now, if you don't know who Keith David is, he's from The Thing, plus like a ton of other things. He was just in Nope as well. And one of my favorite things in the entire world, if not my favorite TV show ever, Community. So Keith David, I am a huge The Thing fan. The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Absolutely amazing movie. And Keith David is in that movie, and his character is really, really cool to me. And in also having him in Community in the last couple seasons, it made me have an idea of how I want to get something signed by him. You know, I would really like to look up some like Community quotes by him, some of my favorite stuff, like maybe like "Let's go nipple dippers" or something like that, if you guys catch that reference from Community. And I would like to have him sign something with a Community quote on something that is from The Thing. That would just bring both of those worlds together for me, and it would make me so happy to have that. I would always look at it and be like, that is awesome. That's my Community / The Thing signed Keith David photo, and I am really looking forward to meeting him. All right, next is Jeff Daniel Phillips. Jeff Daniel Phillips is from Lords of Salem, Halloween 2, 31. What else is there? Every pretty much Rob Zombie movie outside of the first couple Rob Zombie movies. I've actually met Jeff Daniel Phillips once already at Horror Hound a few years back, and it was amazing. He was one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. We had a conversation about directors, and then I asked to get a picture with him and a signature, and I paid for it, and he then suggested, hey, you know, there's some other people from Lords of Salem here. Do you want to get everybody in the picture? And I was like, man, you know what? I don't have enough money for that. You know, it is expensive to get some of these signatures. They can run anywhere from like $30 to $60 to $100, not including a picture. So he brought me down the table to a couple of the other people from Lords of Salem, and he proceeded to pay for me to get a picture with all of them. They were all really confused, and, you know, for me, I was like, you know, thank you. You really didn't have to do that. He asked if I was from Cincinnati. He said he was from Chicago and understood Midwest hospitality. And that was so cool to see out of somebody that has been in so many horror movies I love. For him to do that, for him to pay for me to get a picture with him and all the other cast members from Lords of Salem was so cool of him. It was so nice. And I am very, very excited to come back and meet him again and bring up that story. I doubt he'll remember me. I'll doubt he'll remember even doing that. But just to say thank you again, you know, I couldn't thank him enough the first time, and just to say, hey, you know, I really appreciate you doing that. It was a really cool moment for me, and I'm really looking forward to meeting Jeff Daniel Phillips again. Okay, and the next one is a big one. I did not spoil this at all coming up, but in reality, it's not just one person. It is pretty much the entire cast of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now, for some reason, Killer Clowns from Outer Space recently has boomed. I mean, I've seen stuff at Halloween Horror Nights for it. I've seen people with t-shirts walking around with it. There is a brand new video game coming out for it. When I was younger, or when I was a teenager, this movie was kind of looked at as like a really crappy B movie that was really fun to watch with your friends and laugh over. But it was never anything that people were ever just like blown their mind like, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is so awesome. In the past couple years, it's kind of like blown up, and I'm really cool with it. That's awesome. I love when kind of like B movies get their second round of this cult following. You know, they definitely deserve it because Killer Clowns is a great movie. It's absolutely hilarious. The horror is awesome. It's whimsical. It's funny. There's everything to that movie, and I'm so happy all of this is happening. And the entire cast, including 3 of the clowns in full costume, are going to be there, and I cannot wait to meet them. Okay, we have a few more left, and let me run down a couple people I'm not gonna say. Not that I'm not excited for that, but they didn't quite make my list about being excited for it. Ron Perlman, or you guys know as Hellboy, is going to be there. That will be a really big one. It'll be really cool to meet him, but I don't think I'm going to wait in a really long line to meet him. I might walk by and peek and say, hey, cool, that's Ron Perlman over there. As well as Doug Jones. If you like Del Toro movies, you know who Doug Jones is. He's played a ton of Del Toro characters, monster characters in full makeup. He's an amazing actor. He's in Hocus Pocus as well. That's the reason why he is here. And that also brings up the whole entire cast, essentially outside of the witches, from Hocus Pocus are going to be there. They do have some people from Halloween Kills, as well as The Walking Dead, and as well as Eric and Paul from Super Troopers and Beer Fest and Club Dread. They're going to be there as well. So those are a few people I might wait in line to see. If not, we'll just walk past and be like, hey, that's really cool. I'm standing like sort of close to them, you know? Now to get on to my top 2 that I'm most excited to see. Coming in number 2 is Quinn Lord. He is the one who plays Sam in Trick or Treat. And if you've seen any of our previous videos, including the Spirit Halloween one, you know how much me and Sam love Sam. And I do have a Sam like lollipop, his I guess knife you would call it, his weapon, his little lollipop that has the bite out of it that he uses to kill people. I think I might bring that along and have him sign that. I'm very excited to meet him. Sam is this iconic horror character out of nowhere from Trick or Treat, which is another movie that kind of blew up. I remember watching it for the first time. I didn't think too many people knew what it was. And then after watching it, a few years went by and people were just talking about Trick or Treat, Trick or Treat, Trick or Treat, and Sam kind of became this horror icon. And so I'm really excited to meet Quinn and see him and talk to him about him playing the character of Sam. And last but not least, the man, the legend, the owner of the boomstick, the grooviest one alive.
Hail to the king, baby.
Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell is going to be there, and I am so excited for this. I will wait for hours, and I'm telling you hours. I would wait all day to meet this man. Have anything I have Evil Dead signed by him. I have a Necronomicon. I believe I'm going to have them sign that for me. And it is just, when you talk about horror icons and celebrities and people you want to meet, you know, Bruce Campbell, it's not just Evil Dead. It is Evil Dead. You know, that is his big thing. But when you put it into a broad spectrum, if you aren't going to see him for Evil Dead, maybe you're going to see him for Burn Notice, or maybe Bubba Hotep, or maybe Spider-Man, or Doctor Strange. You know, he has been in so many awesome things. And just to be able to meet him, he is an absolute legend in my eyes. I'm gonna try not to freak out meeting him. I'm gonna try to play it cool and ask him a few questions while I'm there on video, so we can kind of get that back and forth. But you know, this is when we're talking about Bruce Campbell. We're talking about Ashley Williams. We're talking about the Evil Dead, one of the biggest franchises in horror histories. One of my favorite franchises in horror history. And just being able to meet Bruce Campbell is going to be awesome. I can't wait to show you guys the video of when it happens. And hopefully I can get him to say something really cool and quote something from Evil Dead. And that does it. That's who I'm looking forward most to seeing at Horror Hound this September 9th through 11th at the Sharonville Convention Center. Head over to their website and grab your tickets now. You can find them at horrorhoundweekend.com. Single day tickets are between $35 and $45, mattering which day you go on the weekend. And weekend passes are $60. So head over to the website, grab yours now, and you will see me. I'll be there all weekend. Come up and say hi, or comment down below and let me know who you are looking forward most to seeing at Horror Hound 2022 in September. Thank you guys. We'll be back for another video very soon.